Okay, welcome Confluence users. In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at configuring your Wyzed LMS add-on for Confluence. You'll need to get an app created with us before you can get your system talking to Confluence. So this is the Wyzed system here. We're logged in as the app owner. And I'm going to jump into another tab here, which is my Wyzed configuration for Confluence. I arrived at this page by going to here as an admin and general configuration. And you'll notice that once you've installed Wyzed, you'll see a Wyzed configuration button down here. You can also find it by going Manage Add-ons and clicking on your Wyzed add-on. So there's a few things happening here. We need to add an access URL and a secret key. And it says plugin not configured, enter the values you got from Wyzed support staff. They can also be found under the SSO tab in your account settings. So that's how we're going to do it. At any time, you can send an email to support@wyzed.com. Now we need to copy this URL here to our Wyzed account. Bit of a two-way street here. So first thing I'm going to do is copy this, and I'm going to jump back into Wyzed now. Inside of Wyzed, we just need to visit our side menu and account settings, SSO tab, and the login URL you'll paste here. Now, I've already pasted it in, but this is where you'll paste it here. If the enable single sign-on switch is not on, then you want to turn that on. This here is just the name of the service. I'll talk about that a little later. It's not very important. And what we need to do is apply a sign-up page. Now, if you have configured your Wyzed account with us, then we'll show you how to create a sign-up page. But what this does is just applies some courses and some tags to people who join your Wyzed system from the Confluence single sign-on method. So I've already created a sign-up page here called Confluence SSO Signup, and that's going to mean that any user who comes across from Confluence is going to be enrolled into a couple of courses and tagged with some tags that I chose so that I can see those cohorts here in my Wyzed system. Now this button here, Enable Fast Sign-Up, I'm going to come back to that a little later as well, but what that does is when users click your My Learning link inside of Confluence, the first time they come into the Wyzed system, there are a couple of sign-up steps that are optional. So if we tick this, it's going to skip those sign-up steps and just land the user straight on their dashboard in Wyzed. But for now, I'll leave it off so you can see those. And later on, I'll show you what happens if you tick the Enable Fast Sign-Up option. Okay, so these are the two things we want here. We want the secret key and the access URL. Now we need to copy these and pop them over into Confluence. So let me click the copy button here for the secret key. And we'll jump into Confluence and paste that here. Back to Wyzed, copy our access URL. And jump into Confluence and paste it in here. And click Save. So you should get a looking good message. Learners will be able to access Wyzed from the My Learning button on the top of every page. Great, so it is referring to this My Learning button here. This button was created by the Wyzed add-on, and when your users are logged into Confluence, when they click this button, they'll now be able to join Wyzed via the single sign-on method. So let's check that out. What I'm going to do is log out of Confluence as an administrator, and I'm going to log out of Wyzed as well. Now, if you've made any changes here, be sure to click Save, and then you can just log out via this option up here. Now you'll see because we enabled SSO, we have now got a login with Confluence button. So if users did arrive directly at your learning system, your Wyzed application, they could click login with Confluence, and that's going to just take them to a Confluence sign-in screen. They sign in there, and then they are diverted back to their Wyzed dashboard. And if you do have a Wyzed system, you can also give people accounts outside of Confluence, so people can join your system without needing a Confluence login as well. We've logged out of both systems now, which is good. Okay, I'm going to log in here as a Confluence user. So Josie Towner. Alrighty, so Josie has arrived at her Confluence home screen. If she now clicks the My Learning button, she's never clicked it before, so it's going to take her to a couple of sign-up steps. So let's check that out. So it will arrive her here at the sign-up page. So Josie Towner. Now, if Josie adds this phone number, then the Wyzed system will be able to send her SMS messages. It'll inherit her same details coming from Confluence, and she'll just click sign up. She gets to choose a profile pic here or upload her own. So I'm just going to grab a pic for Josie. And finish. And Josie has arrived at her Wyzed dashboard, and she has been enrolled into 2 courses, the New Staff Induction and the Work Health Safety course, and she has not completed any courses yet. Now that she has done the initial sign-up process, the next time she clicks her My Learning button, she'll just be instantly taken here into the learning system. Alright, so that's how simple it is. Let me log out of here now and I'll show you how to enable the fast sign-up functions. We'll still log in here as the key administrator. So let's jump back into the side menu, back to account settings, back to the SSO tab, and we want to enable fast sign-up. Let's check that box and click save. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log out of Wyzed and jump back to Confluence. Now I'm going to need to log out of Confluence as well. Still logged in there as Josie. Okay, and I'll close these tabs. Now we're just going to sign in here as another user. Ben Not. Okay, because we have enabled the fast sign up option, let's see what happens for Ben when he clicks the My Learning button. Ben has never clicked this button before, so when he clicks it, his account will be created and the sign up steps will be skipped. It's going to just give us a bit of a 5-second spin here as it sets up his account. So that's it. You've now seen how to configure your Wyzed Confluence LMS add-on. Please get in touch, support@wyzed.com, and we'll be happy to help you out.